is Najee Hampton. Okay, so today we're talking about merch. So I have Najee Talks merch, just my normal logo for sale. You know what I'm saying? We got the link in the description. We got mugs, we got shirts, I got hoodies and sweaters. You're gonna see me wearing these from continuing on. May not be any certain episodes coming up, earlier ones, but as they go on and as I do my midweek rants, you will see them. And so if you would like to purchase them, please, it's a description. The link will be in the description, and please support as much as you can. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, I'm doing Najee Hampton. This is Najee Talks, this midweek rant, just for this week, what I got going on this week, what I want to talk about. So this week, it's going to be a little, kind of, shout out to someone or whatever, but, I usually don't care about celebrities and shit like that. But I feel like he is, someone that's been very influential for me in my life. So I would definitely like to talk about him. The only reason I decided to bring him up was because, his birthday just passed, so so people that know, you already know what it is, but, I'm just going to basically just, say it. So we're going to be talking about, theme is the marathon continues. So, of course, we're going to be talking about Nipsey Hussle, aka Ermias Askedon. So, his birthday was just this past Saturday on the 15th of August. And, you all know he passed away last year. Basically, I'm just going to basically just talk about certain things that I was influenced by, So usually I don't have this type of things, like rappers are influenced by when it comes to like deaths or stuff like that. And but if you think about it, I didn't really have big deaths when I was like older, like rapper wise, like important rappers. How people I care about Tupac and Biggie, but that was like our parents' generation that had that like grew up with them and stuff like that. Grew up with them, and then when they passed, then of course it hit them hard. So that's of course a difference than this. It's not like I grew up with Nipsey or anything like that. I listened to him a long time. Even though I'm from here, from Cali, LA. It's not like it was like a big, big person I was listening to. Cause back in the day, I was like a big Kendrick rock, listener. TDE, like that was pretty much, it was a huge thing for me. I would listen to out here from here. But there was a time when things in my life definitely were changed in a positive way. When I originally first started doing getting more of a it's not like I never really had a hustler's mindset, because I did growing up. My mom actually was like funny. So the first time I actually showed it was in middle school. So my mom, she had bought this box of hot Cheetos from Costco's. I was in middle school, She had bought these hot Cheetos from Costco's, big box. And so it was supposed to be so I can just eat them, take a bag a day or whatever, and just take them, eat them, save money, that was the plan. What I ended up doing was, so I had more than one bag on me, of course, because it was the small ones. So I had more than one bag on me, so people be hungry. People love snacks. People love eating in between lunch and shit. So I was so I had my bag of Cheetos. So I had my bag of Cheetos on me during the regular class period. Everybody was like, let me get some. I'm like, nah. I was like, that's mine. They was like, man. I was like, how about I just buy them from you, right? Give you 50 cents for a bag. Cause I was like, alright, they had extras. So I was like, alright, fuck it, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this 50 cents and then still be able to eat my other one, right? But that was kind of the start. And then after that, I was like, people were buying. So I was then the other one got sold, of course. I didn't care about it like that. She was a bomb though, but shit, I was like, shit, I'd rather get this 50 cent because that's already 100% profit. Because I didn't buy it, my mom did. So, and so then the next day I just put more in my bag. Kind of went from there. You know what I'm saying? Basically just kept like selling more and more every, like just like kept selling every day. Take a few bags at a time and sell them. And then one time this security guard found out I was selling selling hot Cheetos, and was like, yeah, like you can't be doing that. And he took them. I was mad, like damn, like come on, dude, really? And then I found out that later on he ended up selling my hot Cheetos at lunchtime. I was like, man, that's some bullshit, bro. You gonna take my shit and sell it? Take my product and sell it? That's some bullshit right there, man. Then I didn't do anything after that for a while. I didn't want to get suspended or anything like that for just for that. So I was like, all right, whatever. Then in high school, so I was on the volleyball team in high school for 2 years, junior and senior. So junior, when you do like school sports, they always want you to like sell stuff for fundraisers to make money and shit. So we sold candy, of course, the big job, but not like the normal, like not like those like, not the special ones, just like normal ones, but they were like big, so they were like $1 worth. So it's like like the regular like chocolate, the bars, like the bigger like chocolate bars, like the kind, but the ones we like to eat or whatever, right? And so so I had those to sell, and the thing is, luckily, because at my school at King Joe, by that time, we had stopped having like fucking like good shit to eat, like snacks and shit. Like we had no raw like snacks, like we had like fucking like good snacks, like healthy snacks and juices and shit, like drinks and stuff. But that was pretty much it. Like nothing outrageous or anything like that, because we used to, but then they stopped. But yeah, so then it was like pretty much everybody was craving fucking like fucking candy, like trade, like candy or snacks, whatever. So it's like, and I'm also was in school. I mean during lunch, like class time. So people clearly want to eat that shit now. Like they want it now. Like okay, like during class time, like fuck it, like. And then also because they didn't have it, so it was like supply and demand type of shit, right? So they were like, alright, so I sold out pretty easily. Then after that, so my homeboys Jasper and Ali, they got, so I guess, so after I was doing it for a while, I guess, eventually they was like, oh yeah, this is pretty dope, let's get involved, right? So we basically just like all pitched in together on stuff. So we just like bought stuff, a whole bunch of different things, different like varieties of stuff, and then we just like take them to the school and sell them. And basically it's like, like I said, because it was like, it was a supply and demand situation, so people still of course want to buy them. So we just had like all that good stuff to sell, so then it got so big that we would like have like 2 bags of snacks, like one for like this one to take with us to sell, and then the other one we would like have like one of the teachers would let us leave it in their classroom to hold backup bag of snacks, like fucking like it was like this dope, like niggas like got drugs and shit, like got your girl holding the drugs, her mom's holding the drugs, family members or whatever, like yeah, just keep that shit here, like type shit. It was funny. But yeah, so then we could like always go back and get more. That's how it works. So that was pretty smart actually. Jasper thought of that. Then after that I was in college, when I was at Tuskegee, when I was doing my processing as Freemasonry. So we had to do, so there was like a time when we had to like earn our money. Well, I mean, we had to earn money to get, so it's like how we did at the lodge we were in, I got raised in, we had to, it's like basically like how the money was split up. It was like pretty much each degree, we had 3 degrees to get, each degree cost money, right? So the first one you pay for up front, of course. So first is like the application fee, and then you do like whenever you get, once you're selected after interviews and everything like that, and you pay for the first degree, and then the second one and the third. That's how they would split it up that way, so it'd be easier for you to pay for. So the thing is, like, as you like progress through them, we'd have to pay them, whatever. So the thing is, like, so what we would do is that, and then we had like, and like when we were done, we had like a whole like ritual, like ceremony and stuff to do. So we had to like actually like have money for stuff. So we had to make sure we did that. Cause we had to have like money to like pay for like food, for like like a little dinner. And then we had to like buy like stuff like the worship master, student reward and stuff like that. And I think we bought stuff for our teachers too. So it's like it was like special things we had to like have money for, So I was like, so basically we had to like fundraise for it. So what we started doing was, me and my class brothers, we had just like started going like, because the thing is like, the lucky thing about it was that our school was you could like the cafeteria was always shut down early. Like you just had we had like supper So it was like that early. We had supper, and it was like from like 4 to 7, and that was it. After that, you couldn't eat nothing. Cafeteria was closed, and then like the food places were closed and shit like that, whatever. So it was really hard to get food. So a lot of times, like just like late night snacking late night food was perfect. So what we did was, because I had the house closest house there to the school, so what we do is just go to my house, So what we did was we were selling hot dogs, right? So we had bought hot dogs, and then we just like cooked them up at my house. You know what I'm saying? Put them in some bags, put some. I mean, of course, put them in the buns and stuff, whatever. And then we had like condiments and stuff, of course, too. And then eventually we started like getting like Capri Suns and like chips and stuff. So it's like, so then we started making like little deals. We were just like, well, I mean, of course, we all could be in like the men's dorms, right? So we couldn't like have it where we went to like the female dorms. So we just went to the male's dorms and was like, asked them like, is it okay if we sell? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, sure. So we just sell. We had a little like chants like, hey, hot dog, chips, Capri Suns, hot dog, chips, Capri Suns, and then we started making like little meal deals. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of being like individual, then we made it like sound like the deal by being like, okay, this is the price for the meal for all three. That's how it was, like restaurants and stuff. Oh, well, I mean, this is separate prices, but if you get them all together, this is gonna be cheaper. That's pretty much what we would do. Combos. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but it worked out well. We sold a lot. It was pretty good. Like I said, convenient because a lot of motherfuckers that smoked, they was always hungry. It's munchies. It was just always hard because a lot of times motherfuckers didn't have like change and shit like that. It's college and shit, right? But we got lucky and stuff. But also there were times when we would like be behind other people that would sell before us. So then people wouldn't have money to buy stuff from us, or they just bought something, so they probably don't want it no more. But that's just how it is. But that worked out. That's what we were doing, and it worked out pretty well. So. Yeah, I think that was like the last time I like hustled for like snacks and shit. Then, just like last year, I ended up like hustling. I ended up like getting like starting my labor event team business, and so that was like a thing that got my drive back on with hustling. Motivated to do better, do more, keep going, pushing it, grinding and shit like that. Especially with this show was definitely like the grind that I needed. Like honestly, because especially now, after all the shit that's been going on, and I needed this to like get back to. Because if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have nothing else. Think about it, like no school, like no real job and shit like that. It kept me going, would like keep me like motivated to do shit, whatever. And like the job I have now, it's like it helps a little, even a little motivation, whatever. But it's not fully motivating like that, whatever. But it's still good work, good pay. But it's like pretty much it's very indirect. Like I don't have to be anywhere, like no office, so that's good. But it also makes it easy because I can do this. But then at the same time, because I have the job, I'm able to pay for my schooling. So now I'm studying, so, and it's kind of weird because I just started on Saturday. I just started my first module for Ayurveda program, holistic medicine, basically, and so. It's very interesting because the thing is, I'm used to basically being in a medical program where I'm in school all fucking day, every day, multiple courses at a time, studying multiple at a time. You feel me? And so when I got this module, I'm looking at it like, yo, this is it. It's like 47 slides only. I'm like, one homework assignment, one quiz. I'm like, yo, this shit too simple. I'm like, damn. Like, can I just is it a way for is there a too early finish of this or whatever? Because I know that the max is a month. That's the max. But of course, so I ended up talking to somebody about it yesterday. That's what the school, whatever, and they were just like, yeah, it's. They're like, they were saying like don't rush it. You want to maintain it. Digest it. I get that, but the thing is because I'm like I said, I'm so used to having so much time. I'm using up so much time in my days usually. So the thing is, because I have so much free time, it's not gonna be hard to maintain this shit, like memorize it, because I'm used to having multiple things to memorize time. So it's easy for me to get a lot of basic shit. You feel me? But now it's just like pretty much all I have to worry about is this. I'm learning French and shit too. So that's fun. What else? Of course, doing this and then work. But the working isn't because it's not a full, like, it's not me going to the office and shit all the time, or me having a schedule and shit like that. It makes it like easier for me to just do whatever the fuck I want, basically. So it's like, and I got back to working out and stuff like that. So it's like pretty much like, okay, sort of like whenever it's like a Wednesday, or if it's like I'm going to go to the guests, and I have to worry about this, and of course some public stuff when it's ready, when I have to do it. And then working out pretty much every day, just come here, work out. If I have to like send out packages, I'll do that, of course. But if I don't, then it's just pretty much a chill day. And then if I just go back to the house, I can just study. And the thing is, I'm pretty much done with the lecture shit, like, cause there's a lecture, the module, cause basically they gave me like the big book, but it's like the book is like all the whole program that I'm like taking now. And so it's like pretty much each chapter is a module. So I'm done with the first chapter already. Like the lecture is pretty much done. There it is. I mean, I could probably look through and stuff, like try to memorize a lot of stuff. But it's like a lot of things that are in there I don't have to like know, like the fucking like history. Like the history takes up a lot, like a big portion of the PowerPoint. So I'm like, I don't really like. I'm just like, okay, it doesn't really seem like it, because in the homework it's not even important. Like the history shit, they don't really care about the important stuff. Like I mean, with history, there's like more about like kind of like the text that was written before, and like there's like a story that's a big story that they talk about and stuff like that. And in the story, it's important things that are based on the philosophy of Ayurveda. So it's like pretty much a lot of it's pretty much like not the history of Ayurveda, but more so the philosophy that I'm looking at, because it's about philosophy, of course. But I thought it's like an intro, so they threw history in there, of course. But history takes a lot. Like even in the book, it's a lot of pages. But you move through all that, whatever. But it's pretty much pretty good. Like I like it because it's like stuff I like. It's pretty much a lot of it is stuff I agree on, and so pretty much it makes it a lot simpler to memorize, because it's like I can read this and go through it, and now I talk to them about it. So that of course helps out too. And then also give me this other book that the founder of the school created. He wrote it. And it's like lessons, like teaching you like how to like get to like have a better lifestyle with Ayurveda. And so that's part of what I have to read too for the course, for the management. So I'm gonna start reading those. I think it's like 2 or 3 of them. I have to read, like they're lessons, whatever. But in the homework it's like there's a section for it. So I'm done with I'm done with the PowerPoints and the book, but that actual like the book, like that someone wrote, that one is, I think it's like 2 or 3 in there, whatever. And then like some of the questions are based off that. So I'm just gonna read that. Probably just starting today and getting through it. Just read through it and stuff, whatever. And just see how it goes, see how it reads. You know what I'm saying? When I get the chance, I'll probably just read, just answer the questions. Then just go to the next section and stuff. But it's simple shit. It's gonna be easy for me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be simple for me to really just get through it. They said maybe doing like 2 weeks to turn it in. I don't know. It's really simple, so I know it's not gonna be hard for me to do. Like it's already Wednesday and I started Saturday, so I'm like, I might finish it by the end of the week and just see how it's gonna go. I think I might just do that. I think I might just try to like just turn in the homework and shit by that, cause it's just I don't really think it's gonna be like, I have no reason to keep pushing, try to stress that bitch another week. Like, look, I know she like said it, like try to stretch it out, try to do 2 weeks. I'm just like, man, like, I mean, but I'm pretty sure because a lot of people that did this program, especially this type, they have like a lot of stuff going on with their lives, so a lot of times it makes it easier for them to go on a slow pace, But the thing is, because I just got out of full-time studying all the fucking time, studying for fucking ICE and board exams, worrying about clinic, studying for clinic, all that shit, whatever. So that's a different situation. So I've always like studying every day. So it's like pretty much simple for me, because I don't have to do a lot of things. So it's pretty much just one class. So I'm probably just gonna finish by the end of the week, turn that bitch in, what I'm saying, see how that goes and go from there. Yeah, I'm excited. And then moving on, I think I might finish it fast, so I ain't gonna lie. Like, cause it's pretty much just each chapter is a class, really. That's how I see it. This one, and the thing is, this is like anatomy is in there too. Like I think anatomy was the next one, and cause I know anatomy, so it's not hard. Like I said, it's not gonna be like simple, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, and pathology is in there too. So I know pathology. I take classes on those. Anatomy, like clinical stuff, diagnosis, all that. I mean, I know it's gonna be a different like way of how they do shit, but there's gonna be a lot of similarities, of course. So I mean, I'm excited to see the similarities and the differences as well. But I'm pretty sure right now, this philosophy portion, I'm pretty sure I can knock this shit out by the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is now with, with my whatever. But the thing is, so how I see this, so when I did my start at my house, got back to my grind with with the businesses and the business and talk show and stuff like that. It was like just pretty much a lot was, I don't know, I guess it was like, getting back into my skin, because I really thought I was really just like ambivert. I'm not ambivert, I'm sorry, introvert. And then I learned that I'm ambivert because I have comfortability with socializing and getting out there, but not fully. It's like I'm comfortable by myself, not doing much, but then I'm also comfortable with doing something. And because the things I've acted before plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? I've been on stage, done stuff, speeches. You know what I'm saying? Presented in front of people, many people, for research. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that shit scares me. You feel me? Like, so it's really no. So it makes a lot of sense that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to that. Like, it's not just like I was just like ambivert. I got comfortable with the shit. Like, no, like I actually have I'm cool with that. Like, I don't really get like anxious about it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that works out. So I'm really so I was like, so I'm getting more into my skin, which is good. But ever since I did, start getting back to the grind, the hustle, feeling it, that drive, then I really started to Nipsey Hustle more. So basically, pretty much like last year was a big thing, big Nipsey Hustle drive. Listen for me. So of course it wasn't like a lot of stuff I listened to from him, whatever. But it was like a lot of good, some, songs that was pretty much like, the ones I was mainly like focused, like we just like paying, like listening to and like, really like taking them in and stuff. But of course, because I wasn't like a big Nipsey fan before, so it wasn't like I was like paying attention to everything he was doing. Actually, I'm tripping. That was not last year. It had to be before that, because it was definitely before he died. I'm tripping. Sorry about that. It was definitely before he died though, because it might have been around the time when I was just like doing like other stuff, like because I was like I was like doing like plays and stuff. So it might have been like me just doing production, probably like gave me that thrill of the drive of hustle and stuff. So so maybe it was during that time. So when I got back into like, once I get like really getting into like doing like plays and like stuff like that. So maybe that might have been it. Cause I know it wasn't when he died. It wasn't, because I'm tripping. Because he died actually, I'm really trying to figure this shit out, man. Cause it was definitely before that. But I also know that I did my shit before he died too, though. So, but I know it's only been a year since I did my talk show. But I know, but I don't know, man. Maybe it was before that. It had to be. I was definitely listening to him before that, before he died. But after he died, very monumental. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, because the thing is, like, when he did it, dropped his last album, I was like, damn, like, like his last album was like a masterpiece to me, man. Like, like I was just like really like, dude, that was like really beautiful work. He had a beautiful project, I'm like, he definitely was like, it made sense that he made such an amazing album before he passed. It felt like he felt like he had to get it out before he was done, before he left, That's what it seemed like, because it really came out so well compared to all those other ones, and it was like years after his last album, so it's like a really improvement. I mean, of course he had other things he was doing, so that makes sense as well. But like I'm just gonna bring up the I actually have like a top 5 for my Victory Lap. So I have Victory Lap song, of course. Hustle and Motivate, of course. Genuine for hustlers, right? Then Right Hand to God. Alright, okay, that was a great one too. Key to the City. I love that one. I love it so much. And then last is Blue Laces 3. Cause so like Victory Lap, the song was like pretty much like, it was a great introduction into it, because it was like pretty much a lot of it just like him just chilling in it. Just sounds like a real like chill out, like him just laying there in his thoughts during the song, thinking about the shit he was doing, his accomplishments in life. That's what it seemed like in that song. Hustle Motivate, like I said, just like pretty much like an anthem for like hustlers, like, you know what I'm saying, like getting them amped up to be like, this is what I do it for. Like, I grind to, leave a mark in this world, and influence others to do what I'm doing or better. That's the point. Especially if you do it, because he was like pretty big on like doing it by love, and so if you do it by love, then it's gonna be a lot more passionate. You feel me? And so if people can see that in your work that you do, then it's like they'll follow it more, or appreciate it more. Writing the God, it was just pretty much. I mean, he really did. He did little first little verses, talking about just like Sebi and Rick Ross and stuff, and then just like pretty much just like, it was a spiritual song for sure, like just like talking about pretty much how he just like tries to like keep his head up strong and stuff like that, and keep his shit squared and stuff, but just standing right with with God and everything like that, which is great. Worked out well. Keys History, of course, that was pretty much like him like being bougie. Talking about just like, he got to the point that motherfuckers he has the key. He got the key to the city now. Like, he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, going from like what he was to what he is now, like, just like, man, like, key to the city, that says a lot, so, yeah, you gotta appreciate it. Like, it's pretty much like damn, I made it type of situation, from the thug in the street, you know what I'm saying, to nigga with the key, nice. Blue Laces 3, it was like a story, like I love the fact of him about having a story in the song, talking about the whole situation of the shootout, his homie getting shot, him trying to keep him alive, keep him up, keep him energized while things are going on, trying to like think things through with everything, and then like the game plan afterwards, so they wouldn't get caught up in the situation when the cops found, like, because he got shot, so clearly they're gonna ask questions. So I pretty much, and then hiding stuff, whatever, so it wouldn't be any evidence found, whatever. So yeah, I like the story. I believe that I believe it was very interesting because excuse me, he was the first rapper that was an actual like, he did all the stuff that like all early rappers did, that did drugs and sold drugs and gang bangs and stuff, but he was like the first rapper to not, after death, to not have a negative remark from anybody in the news. Like, that says a lot. We're not talking about just our people, or the people that that liked his music and stuff like that. Like, we're talking about the media. Like, honestly, the thing is, usually the media is always gonna trash black people, unless it's like like an athlete like Kobe, because they ball off Kobe. It's different. It's a difference with that, because as an athlete, athletes gonna be treated differently. But this is a rapper, you feel me, that was a thug and had hella tattoos, face tattoos and stuff, but the fact of like what he did in this city was just so monumental in the city, and then just influencing everywhere else just was so like monumental. Motherfuckers didn't even like try to have negative remarks about him. Usually people always have something to say. If something comes up, that way they bring up some stuff, something, even like when they had like the George Floyd, when George Floyd died, and they had like told, like, the toxicology report was saying that he was, I guess, had an allergic reaction, and that was like the excuse for him dying. And then they also had said like they had brought like all the stuff he did. They did that shit with so many people that died. You feel me? Like, they died by cops, black people that died by cops. They kept bringing up all like the bad shit that they did, and all these ugly ass photos and stuff, and old stuff. Like, but it's just like, damn, like, they can't even like talk about any of the good shit. have good photos. You feel me? Like that's what they did though. But him, they were like, nah, man, he deserves more. So I really do appreciate it for that. Appreciate everybody, you know, just for the fact of doing that, you know, like it's a beautiful thing, you know. And just like seeing like afterwards, you get to see all the things he did, influenced, created, you know what I'm saying now, and that's like a beautiful thing. You know, him trying to bring in Dr. Sebi's like documentary, I'm pretty sure it had something to do with it, you know, but hopefully someone can pick it up. You know, I'm really hoping they do. We'll see how this goes, but you know, I was like, I would have been really, really happy if he would have actually did it, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so, but Dr. Sebi is a great man. That was treated wrong just because of holistic medicine. Bullshit, right? Anyways. And then so after Nipsey's death, it was like, so my homeboy Miles is Miles Goodlow. He was on the show before. Him and his homeboy from New York, they had started a Crenshaw book club. You know, based off the list of that Nipsey Hussle, books that Nipsey Hussle read and stuff. So, you know, the list had got out and so, you know, so they had made a book club off of that list. And so basically, it was like we kind of like had just like a whole bunch of people from different areas that were like, you know, that wanted to be involved, I guess, whatever. I just want to read the book, of course, you know, the books and stuff, whatever. But so I got involved and stuff. So I was like, this seems pretty interesting. Let me see what it's about. And so what we would do is we'll have like a monthly book to read and discuss them throughout the month, and then we'll get on and at first we would do like, you know, little video calls, like little video chats, group chats, and we'll just like talk about them together. And then it became just like literally me, Miles, and the guy from New York. So pretty much that was just it. Like, but it was like so many people in the group, but it was only us three. And then we were also like trying to, I guess, like do more with the group, whatever, with the Crenshaw book club. I was like trying to, because the things I was trying to say was, I remember there was a time we were selling some book, and I was like, well, why don't we just like get I was trying to say we should get the books, like, you know, because I think Miles was talking about get like one of the books that we had read, and he was talking about getting the books from the author or something like that, whatever. So if he did that, I was saying, well, why don't we just like, you know, write in the books like, you know, little messages little messages from us, you feel me, and then give it out to his. He wanted to give it out to his students. So of course, whatever area you is in, that's how we're gonna do it. So that's what you give it out to. So me and Miles pretty much would have been in the LA area. So we just give him out. And I was like telling him, like, why don't we just, you know, have a message, write up a message, like, you know, positive message, influencing, you know, just like a very like motivational message or whatever for the students. And so, you know, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be like individual every time, or we could just make it where every person does one or something, or we just have like a conjoint thought of a message to put down, and then we could put them in every book. Like, that was my thought, but I don't know why for some reason Miles didn't get it what I was trying to say. Because the thing is, I think because I felt like that book was pretty much talking about how you can do stuff, like doing stuff like that is like pretty. It'll make it more of a I guess it makes it more personal for people that get the book. Like if it has like a message from people, like we give it to you for free, and then it's like, okay, then there's a message in there from us to you, personal message, whatever. So you read the message. Now you feel like it's like now you're connected to us, the ones that gave it to you. So like I think that was like in that book specifically. So that's probably why I thought about it. But there's a lot of good books that we was listening to out here. You know, there's a lot on the audiobook when I would get the chance. A lot of times I'll be driving a lot, so I'll listen to it then. There was one that was talking about like energies, like male and female energies and stuff, and talking about how the feminine energy will always want to, with the arguments, we talk about arguments specifically, like they were like kind of talking about how like the female energies will always want to conflict with the males and just see how they react to these things. And the thing is, if the male is going to withdraw from it, then it's going to be a failure, really, for the male, really, in a way. Not in a way, but yeah. but also they don't want you to be very like rash about it. So it's like if they come at you, right? They say that the best thing to do is not to withdraw or turn away or close your arms like this, whatever, because it's showing that you're gonna be like closing it off from them. So opening it up to them, look at them, turn them. Give yourself a little time so it doesn't like sound like you're being like like really emotional about it, but just give it some time. Think about it and just bring it up and get back to what the discussion was about. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll know that you're not afraid, scared, and you know how to handle it. Handle that from the injury that's coming at you. And it's happened before actually, because I'm used to being withdrawn in these situations, whatever. But it happened before in a relationship I was in. Someone I was talking to, and we had this little disagreement. I mean, just whatever. So she had said something. I stopped and I turned. I kind of just didn't say nothing, and I was like, let me get back to this. Let me let her know I'm here, listening and stuff, and being there for her. So I came back and just kept going with it and talking about it and bringing up my just saying my opinion and stuff calmly, whatever. And then it went well. It was no more awkward energy. Everything went smoothly. That's all that mattered. So I'm like, oh well, it works. So that's a good thing to do. Men to think that way. For me, like to be like, all right, like opening up to them and stuff like that. Don't just always like try to run off, whatever. Try to like withdraw and stuff, or like it's better like to come at them. Like I'm not saying like the same energy as them, but just take your time and calm. Basically just be calm about the situation, and because they can read energies, of course. Be calm about it, and come at them like this is me, this is the man, like calm and taking it in, solid. Another book we read was I can't remember the name of it, but it was about Nipsey's life. Like I guess it was like a hustle guide, but it started off like about his life. And so then I found out that so the reason why Nipsey changed like he did was because his dad was from Africa, and his dad told him to go to Africa. So he took him into his town when this is like around the time when he was like doing like like a lot of like street shit. Wasn't looking good. His future wasn't looking good. But so his dad was like, yeah, let me get you out of this shit. I want you to see what's really like what you should like. I want you to see like real shit, like some real black on black like support, like black on black businesses, black on black positiveness. Feel me? Like cooperation and stuff like that. And so he took him to his home village. And so when he finally got that experience, he was just like, yeah, this is crazy. Like him seeing this at his age. And he's like, yeah, because it's a huge difference. It's pretty much like how it would be if you're from the hood. Me being from Compton. Because the thing is, like, I'm always like, I was only in so much areas in my life growing up. And so the thing is, once you go out of the area, you get a chance to experience different things. And the things is pretty much like that with other people, because a lot of like, thugs out here, whatever, like a lot of like gangbangers, because they're used to only having in that area that they're stuck in. Because it's not even their property, but they have that territory shit. They can't go nowhere else, so they can't even leave that many places. They can't even leave like the neighborhood. Like a lot of times, niggas can't even like go like to the beach a lot of times. Like it's that bad. Like, and so the thing was like, even I didn't game bang, but it was like I was still. There was like my new area I would be around in that area, like around growing up, just like in general. But then like of course like I would come home. My brother Dom, he went to LA, so I would like expand out to West LA a lot more, of course, but just having the fact of going to like Alabama and then being out there with so many different types of people, then like traveling a lot out in that way, Georgia and Florida, and then like I've been to both Carolinas, North and South, New Orleans, and then and also when I would be in I would do like conferences, so I would go like a lot of places too. I've been to St. Louis. I've been to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was beautiful. It was just westernized as fuck. But the thing was like just like expanding out these things. But the thing is also because I did so much traveling before, I don't care about it now. Like I know a lot of people travel and shit because but they feel like they need to because they have to, because they feel like they haven't done the shit. They need to branch out and do other stuff. You feel me? So the thing is, for me, I've been out. I've always I was gone for like 6 fucking years, and at the same time I was always traveling while I was at school. So I would go to a conference at least twice a year. Research conference, and then I would also So spring break, so Thanksgiving, I would always be with Vernon and his family. So either Georgia or one of the Carolinas. And then I would also be, and then when it was like, I would be at home, winter and summer or whatever. But spring break and Easter break, I would be in Florida, some part of Florida. Most of the time it would be like Panama City Beach. One time we was like 30 minutes from Orlando one time at timeshare. That was fun. You feel me? Like, but the thing is, I've done all those things, you feel me? And so it's like, says a lot, does a lot, So it's like, so of course, like when I got back out here, I'm like, I don't even care, like about like going back out. Like I did so much traveling, I was always so tired of just like having nowhere, especially like airport stuff and weights and make sure the back was like weight enough and all that shit, whatever. Like that was like a thing. Like I hated that shit so much. Like I always had something going on at airports. You know what I'm saying? So I was always and I was the only one that did that shit in my family that far. Yeah, like Dave went to Berkeley, so he can drive there 6 hours or fly, of course, shorter. But he drove a lot. You feel me? I've been, I was out there with him, and when Don was staying with him for a bit, I was out there for like a week. It was nice, beautiful. They was in Oakland at the time. I went out there. I've been there a few times too since then. We went out, like me and David went for like a wedding one time too after that. And I was in Sacramento because one of my friends from high school, when I was in medical in high school, we were friends then. We became friends, and then so now she stays in Sacramento. So I went out there one time too for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been to the Bay a few times. Love it. Love the Bay. But like I said, I was the only one out of my family because I even had a cousin, but the cousin I was like in Arizona. That's like the first he went like for school and came back home. And then I have a cousin, family in Vegas. I have family. I think they used to be in Phoenix. I don't think they're in Phoenix now. But yeah, I never went with them, whatever. But that's pretty much it. Like, think about it. Like, family I grew up with. I'm the only one that went that far out. And I'm the only person that kept traveling I'm not like I was always like flying in and out. Only went to an all black school, so it's like pretty much a lot of it was just risky stuff, whatever. But I took it and did it, and I'm glad I did what I did. It was all worth it. I regret nothing. But talking about like traveling and stuff, having that experience, looking at these things differently, it changes your mind. Like your perspective changes because it's like going from like even mind was expanding more than his, of course, but just like both of us having that experience of going out, because the thing is, mind you, I understand like cause I grew up with like two black and Hispanics and like, but you go to an all black school, so it's like instead of you worrying about like prejudice shit, whatever, dealing with them being racist to you in schools, whatever, you're at a school that's catered to your people. That makes a difference. So now you're not even worried about that shit. Like I don't even think about that shit. And the thing is, like the area, like in Alabama I was at, it wasn't even like racist shit there going on. So it was like because part of the city was fucking made by black people. Like there was like Tuskegee Institute was actually created by black people from Tuskegee because Tuskegee was racist as fuck. And Tuskegee Institute was where the school was at. There was like a whole postal service there, like post office, like separate stuff, schools, everything was separate there. Like, you feel me? Like they did all that shit on their own, like separate shit. Like one of the only black schools that were founded by black people. Because a lot of times they were like founded by ex masters and stuff. But like this one was actually founded by an ex-slave, and then he had got like the first like president was Booker T. Washington. But the slave, Lewis Adams, he actually was the one that founded the school, of course. And then he ended up calling Booker T to come in because Booker T was a talker. He knew how to get the money. That was the reason. He was a talker. They called him an accommodationist. That was the type of talker he was. Accommodationist. That's what Booker T and Martin Luther King were similar because they were accommodationists. They knew how to talk to different types of crowds. That's how it worked. You feel me? And then Malcolm X and W.B. Du Bois, they were both like their opposites at the time in their different periods. So the thing is, W.B. Du Bois and Malcolm X are both like rationalists, very we're gonna like try to like do this. Then W.B. Du Bois like, let's go back to Africa type. And then, Malcolm X was like, okay, it's about the people, feel me? Like, it's about us, fuck everybody else type of shit. You feel me? Like, that's pretty much it. White man and devil type thing, That's how he saw it. That's how it worked. He had those things. Booker T was what Lewis Adams needed, because he knew he couldn't be an ex-slave trying to get people, and he didn't have the training to do it either. Booker T was a great, great orator, right? Talker. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he needed. It's like everybody had their parts to play. You feel me? That's how it works. A lot of people don't even fucking know about Lewis Adams being the founder of the school. Because everybody thinks Booker T founded it. He did. And he was brought in as the face. Presidents are always going to be faces. Like, you feel me? Like, I've been through, like, at least 3 different president phases growing up. Not phases. Growing up, like, at the school, because I was there for 6 years or whatever. But so we had one that was retiring. They was there for some years that retired, like, while I was there. We had this, like, really dope scientist that was, like, a cool-ass dude. And fucking memorized everybody's fucking name when he came in at his inauguration shit. Bro, his memory was amazing, bro. Like, he was so dope. Like, we loved him. He was always, like, we always seen him, like, around, like, campus, or eating. I think I talked to him before on some chill shit. It was nice. It was just cool. He was chill. But he was too much for the students. That was the issue. See, they wanted someone to be for the... Like, you can't, like, always be for students. You have to have, like, some type of side. But I guess because he chose to be with the students so much, with issues, then I guess the board, the board always has their shit. The board had issues, board of trustees. But it's like, nah, fuck that. We don't have somebody else. So then they had an intern, one come in, like an intern, like just to come in while he was gone. And then they had brought in someone new. I don't even remember who the fuck the nigga is. Like, I don't remember if it's a woman or a guy. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, but they have someone new now. So you learn that you learn about it being faces, people being faces. I mean, I've joined a lot of organizations. I've been placed in high positions before. I've been president, plenty of times on a few organizations and realized how it worked. You being the face of the organization, and then when I've been like it makes the Freemason. I was the junior warden, secretary for 2 years, and then junior warden for like a year or two. Yeah, a year I think. But yeah, so the junior warden basically like the person that was in charge of the of the brothers outside the lodge. I mean, I pretty much hung out with niggas outside the lodge and made sure they were good anyway. Because anytime they had issues with people, I would always make sure niggas was good. I had those times. But yeah, I mean, I get it, like, the presidency thing, whatever, so it makes sense. But, a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done if I wouldn't have had the chance to branch out and, expand out and do other stuff and, branch out from other people. You start off with certain people, like Cali people, of course, when we got there, and then I left them. So it's like, I'm glad I did what I did. But you learn, It's all about having that perspective in life, that change of perspective when you do things, go out and experience different things in life, which is great. And the thing is, him coming back and him seeing that, all that stuff, and coming back and like, you know what, like, we need that. Like, we need to have that where we're supporting each other. You feel me? Not fucking fighting about each other. You feel me? Like, and so that's pretty much how he had it, and that's what he was thinking the whole time. That was the mindset, and I'm pretty sure, slowly as time progressed, he would like grow in different stuff, and different things, learn, through experiences and different people, and read, certain books that helped him out with different things, which is great. I also like to talk about so Game had a recent album come out called Born to Rap. I liked it. I liked the album. He had like a lot of like Cali, like a lot of like LA, like a lot of LA niggas on there, which was dope. He had Dom Kennedy on there like a couple times. So there's a song called, I think it was called Rewind. I think it's just called Rewind or Rewind something. But it's basically like him rapping backwards. Right, no, it is. So he starts off how he ends it up, like how the story ends, right? And he goes backwards, talking about everything backwards, like literally, not the words backwards, not like the words were backwards, but like not like the letters were backwards in the words, but the words were backwards in the sentences. Like, I can't even like explain how we would say it, because it was just so fucking dope and creative how he did it. but like as he was saying it, you were kind of getting an image of what was going on, so slowly though. So as you take it in little by little, you're like, okay, so this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Like, like, yeah, okay, like little by little things that's happening. He brings them up, boom, 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 boom. Like, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, I loved how he did that. You feel me? Like, and then yeah, I liked it. And then he has 2 songs about Nipsey. One is actually with him. I think it's called "Welcome Home." And so it really talks. It's really like them two, really like just like talking about their, the kind of like their, their kind of like their, their relationship and their bond that they have, whatever. And Nipsey talks about how he brought in a Game came to it. I think he saw Game one time and gave that nigga his album, his mixtape. He talks about that, whatever, right? So it's dope. And then and it's funny because even Nipsey, right before he does his verse at the end, because he just like does like, I love how it's like that. I love when they do that, where it's like you have 2 rappers in there. One does the chorus like continuously, and then at the end he comes in and does a verse. But you don't even expect it, because a lot of times like you'll think like they're just gonna do like the chorus the whole time and leave it like that, right? But no, they don't even do it that way. So it's like Nipsey keeps doing the chorus and chorus and chorus, and then eventually he comes in and does the verse. And then it's like I had which clubs like that too. The Code with 21 Savage, because you live by the code, die by the code. So he does that for a while, and then at the end he comes in and just does this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was good. I liked his verse on that one. 21 Savage. Alright, I'm not a big fan of it. It's occasionally I like some of his stuff, whatever. But anyway, so back to the one Nipsey. But Nipsey was just like on some regular shit. He was like, just like doing the chorus and then kind of like a little bridge, whatever. Because he's just like kind of like talking about the experience, like how he met Game and like him giving him his mixtape and shit like that. That shit was funny. And he says, "Hey Chuck," he's like, "I don't think this is gonna be your last album." Like niggas keep saying this shit too because Dom Kennedy says it too at one point. It's funny because they're always like, "Come on, ready? The last album, like we don't believe you." So yeah, but he says it and he does this verse. He's like, "Hey, bring that beat back in." And he comes back in like, "Oh," I was like, I didn't expect him to even say nothing. I thought he was gonna like just say a little talk, and then that was it. Like, but now he was like, "Nah, fuck that, bro. I'm about to say something. I had to put on something, right?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for." And then after that, it's then after the song he does, not like the same, not right after, but later on in the album, he does a song about Nipsey's death. It's called "Didn't Want to Write the Song." Yeah, it's like really like tear-jerking one. He has like a lot of emotional ones in it. I like it though. I like that he has like a lot of like, cause they talk about like how like he didn't even want to even write that shit about him passing. You feel me? And I think Marsha Ambrosius is in that one, if that's her name, something like that. I think Dom Kennedy's in it too. So the yes, but he has like other good ones. Like he has one like talking about, I think it was like hugging the streets or hugging the block. It's called Hugging the Block. So we talk about his relationship with his dad not being there, and so he has to like replace that relationship with the streets. Then he has another one. I think it's like Blood Thicker Than Water, and I think that's what Trey Songz, I think, and he talks about his brother. Like he has a bad relationship with his brother, and like how his brother just hates him. And he's always hating on him. So he just talking about his, like how he like hates, like just like all that like bad shit that he gets from his brother and stuff. It's just like crazy. I'm trying to think what other ones. He has one with D Smoke, my guy D Smoke. It's called, I think it's called Jesus Back. Yeah, or something like that. It's like something about Jesus. I think it's something about like the chorus was like something about him like, oh no, they put a cross on Jesus' back. That's what it is. I think it says they put a cross on Jesus' back. Yeah, okay, that's what it's about. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's a good one. What else I like? Which other ones I like? He has like other ones, like one that talk about like the light, like it's called The Light, and I think it's like talking about him seeing like, different like rappers, like potentials that coming into the light and getting big and stuff like that, and so I like that one too. talking about the future, rappers and stuff like that he sees coming with potential. The ones that we've seen before, like growing, whatever, of course, like, but he, it's like dope. I like it. That's like really good stuff. I really like him. Those songs he did by Nipsey. Beautiful songs. Another thing I wanted to bring up, because this is actually like really important. People don't really realize it. All right, so I mean, there are gonna be people, of course, that don't really, I guess, get what's going on with this, what I'm saying. But just tag along with me, listen to it. If it's something that you don't recognize, you can actually say something about it if you want to, or just look it up. It's not really hard to just research these things, All right, so we're gonna be talking about like higher level like stuff here. Just that's going up a little tier. All right, so Nipsey Hussle died at 33, right? So 33 is a very important number because Jesus. So there was like 18 years that Jesus was gone in the Bible, right? Came back at 33, so that he could actually. And so when he came back, that's when he actually was able to create miracles and stuff for people with his, with everything he had going on, whatever. And I've been reading the Most American Quran, which is basically like those 18 years that he was gone. It's parables of his life, where he's pretty much going on journeys, but he's like pretty much like, okay, because how he's the word Allah and God are the same. So you don't like feel weird about it. It's the same fucking thing. It's just a different word, different like language. So Allah, he sees it as pretty much Allah as the whole, and we're basically from him, because the spirit is from him as the whole. So basically, it's like kind of like how you would be like, have like a parent thing, like parents. You're from the parent, your parent, so the parent created you, so you are them in a way, genetically in a way. Spiritually, you are Allah. So it comes from you. You have that power in you. That's what a lot of motherfuckers like say about having God within you. Exactly, it's literally the same thing. There's nothing above, nothing beyond. There's nothing else to that's why I don't I agree with people that talk about responsibility, have relying on responsibility for God, Jesus, type of things, let him have the will type of stuff, honestly, a lot of stuff we do is on us. You feel me? Take responsibility for your own shit. You feel me? You fuck up, handle it. You feel me? Do better. You feel me? Learn from your lessons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, yes, there are gonna be a lot of things that are gonna be out of your control. That's just how it is. But the thing is, but you shouldn't just be oh, I'm gonna let God have it, handle it. You feel me? It doesn't work that way. It's a thing with signs. Signs are a thing, of course. I listen to signs, I watch signs, I read signs, and I take advantage of them. That's what I've been doing for a long time. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been in Cairo school, and I wouldn't have been taking all these advantages with everything I've been doing with the productions and my shows and stuff, businesses, and it's very influential stuff to do. So it's funny because Donald Glover, Chance the Rapper, not Chance the Rapper, Donald Glover, what's his rapper name? Damn it, his rapper name is, I can't think of that shit right now, man. Chaz Gambino. He actually did a rap, a freestyle, over, I think it's over the beat for, what's it called? Damn it, grinding my whole life, nigga. Yeah, grinding my whole life. Yeah, so he's doing a freestyle on a show, on a talk show. And if you watch it, he's oh yeah, talking about he's yeah, put my hand to God. But you don't see my hands on my chest. Think about it. And the thing is, he follows the Buddhist lifestyle. That's what I follow it. You know what I'm saying? Because he has a Buddhist statue. He talks about it, and it's in one of his docu videos he has on YouTube called "Clubbing for the Wrong Reason." He actually has it at his house. But yeah, it's real shit. Think about it. It's all internal stuff. Everything is on you. Everything is on you. Even Ayurveda, it's we talk about karma. Karma is what you're doing. Karma is about action. Karma is about what you put into this world. And the thing is, it's there's gonna be something that's gonna be something from your past lives to come up to you, karma-wise. Something that's gonna be you're doing that's gonna affect you now in your life, or it's gonna be something that's gonna affect you in your next life. You feel me? Like, so that's how it is. But the thing is, it's all on you. Like, I mean, past lives are hard to, have any action over, but a lot of times it's pretty much about like pretty much doing like selfless work. That's why it's like, that's why like Nipsey was big on being like, okay, I care. It's a love thing. You feel me? Like, my friend Kibo, when Kibo came into the show, his was about love. And love is everything. Love is success. Love is everything, bro. Like, and he has so many businesses, so much, and he has love with his wife, love with his daughter. Talk about those stories, all the stories that he had with them, beautiful things. You feel me? Like, love. Like, that was his something. And it's funny because I didn't even think that's what he was gonna like. I mean, like, when he had, like, we talked about it, of course, I knew, but I wouldn't have thought that was gonna be what he was gonna like talk about. But the thing is, it's like that's what he said. Like, and I love him. I loved him for just like, I love just like how that message he had gave me. Like, that's the big bro. You feel me, from Ski. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were in the same drinking frat together, line brother. He's the older dude, of course, but that's my dude, man. Doing great things with his life, man. Still progressing, but his love is like, it's love that's what it is. You feel me? That's why they say God is love, because it's pretty much how it is. You have to have that love within you. Having the love is pretty much going to be a huge thing. And the thing is, like, that creation of that positive energy is going to be influenced, like MWR type of situation, where you're going to be thinking positively, like, okay, because the thing is, if you think about this, right? So the person that helped me start my business, Tay Smith, right? She did it. Her business is based off of helping people, right? And the thing is, she helped me bring my shit out, right? And the thing is, like, now I'm big on helping people too, because now all I do is care about is helping other people. Like, if they're like, oh yeah, they ask me questions about my show, and they're like, oh, you know what? I like say, oh, do you want me to like help you? Because I can like advise you about a lot of stuff, and we can just get into it. And I'm okay with that. I have the patience for it. I know how to do it. I have the skills. I know how. Like, I have a good, my plans. Whatever been going for me has been going well. So, like, people can see it. You can, if you see it, you know what I'm saying, then they'll believe it, and that's how it works. So if you go that way, that route, you feel me? It's a lot easier to put. That's why it's a hustle and motivate situation, because as you hustle with love as the foundation, you know what I'm saying, then it's just gonna be so much easier for people to like to see that, you feel me, and be like, damn, this shit's great, it's beautiful, you feel me, and they're like, okay, well, now I kind of like want to do it like that. But the thing is, like, not everybody's passion is gonna be the same, of course, but whatever passion you find, like, that's how you have to go about doing it, is like having love based on it, in it, whatever. So like that, like, it's like always gonna be a huge thing, because even like Jesus in the in the Quran, it was like talking about how he was like not caring about different people's careers, paths that they chosen in life. Because the thing is, it was like they were having like a dinner with a whole bunch of people one time, and it was like, people like, he was like, that was following that, like, like was like that did the dinner, and everything and stuff like that, whatever. And he was like, yeah, and he was like talking to like all like the negative people, like that was like in that area, like that came to the dinner. And these are like, so-called bad people. And then so one of the people called to the side, like, hey, yo, Jesus, like, like, you think that's like, are you cool with like just like talking to these people like that? Like, these are criminals, and these are people, like, these are these type of like long shirt, like whatever it is that they're negative about. It's like, if these are those type of people, like, what are you gonna be? Are you like, is that okay? Like, you sure you should be talking to them? And he's like, I don't care, like, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna just like choose to not talk to people just because of what they do. Like, you feel me? Like, for all that I know, whatever I say to them might even change their lives. But I mean, by the end of the day, I mean, I have no action. I have no role, no action of what they do. All I can do is just be non-biased with the conversations. Like, that's how you have to go about doing these things. The best way of going about doing it is pretty much just having that love there, having open heart, open mind when you're talking to these people. First off, because the things that makes it a lot easier for them to talk, open up. Because things, I had a person come in. I don't know if I doubt it's been out yet though, so I'm not gonna say. But I had somebody come in who lost his mom, just like recently before we had did the recordings, right? And the thing is, like, he had came on the show, and the thing is, he was, he like, I mean, he's a cool dude, educated dude, you feel me, like, but but he had, he's a gangbanger, whatever. So he had like, a little history, thug, you feel me, like, and so he wasn't like a big emotional person like that, you feel me. So the thing is, the fact that he decided to open up to me about his mom and the past stuff he had to deal with in life, and just expressing how he's never been open about him and talking, and this is the first time he had that outlet and was open about it. So he was like, And I was surprised because I didn't even think it was gonna be like that. But the fact of me being open about it like that, just letting him talk to me was a big thing. And I was just so grateful that he chose to do that with me. You feel me? Because if he said usually he just like travels, that's all he can do. Is just travel, and that was and just get out. You feel me? But he had nothing else for these losses emotionally. Talking about him, like like getting this shit out. You feel me? So it's like it was a huge difference. But so the thing is like I like how I'm going about doing it because it's like some people have the different ways of going about helping people, servicing people. Because the thing is I'm not doing this shit for like money. I just like doing it and I enjoy it and I like talking to people. I've always liked talking to people and I always know people have great conversation. So I'm just like glad that I was able to find my niche to be able to be like, all right, I'm gonna have you talk about what you want to on this. We can bring it up, talk about these things. You feel me? Because the thing is like a lot of talk shows like they'll talk about things that are if it's like celebrities and stuff, like a lot of times it's just like stuff that's current. But then like a lot of other talk shows like podcasts, there was like I've seen like some talk shows where people like talk about current things and stuff, current events and stuff, and I'm just like I don't even care about that shit. Like I'm not even like a big small talking type of person, you feel me? So I don't even care about none of that nonsense. You say I don't care about I don't even really be caring about like celebrities like that and shit but like I said, with Nipsey was different, you feel me? Like so that's it. But the thing is I'm not big on that type of stuff, so like cause I don't care about that shit like that. I don't even like watch the news like that for real. So that's how it is. But yeah, like so the thing is like my shit was different, like way different than that. So it makes a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? People are really getting into it and like really learning from it, which is great. Like I enjoy the service I'm providing for people because it's a great thing I can do. But yeah, it's always about like just like having that love as the first foundation for the passion. Like like because the thing is like I've met people that went big on that wasn't about self-sacrificing for people and they only care about other people. So the thing is like they'll lie to so they won't be seen as selfish. But the thing is if you lied, that's selfish just in general. Like why don't you just like tell us the truth about how you feel? Just say like you don't want to help or do something. Then we'll be like, all right, that's fine. When it's not gonna keep us from helping you. You feel me? Because we're the selfless people in this. In this situation, we're never gonna not like help you out. You feel me? So don't ever think like just because you're not helping us, we're not gonna help you. You feel me? Because we don't want nobody that's gonna be half-assed in the shit. Because that's pretty much how it turned out anyway. That's how it happened. Because if it's like someone half-assed after they lied and shit, then eventually told the truth. I'm like, come on, don't do that shit, bro. Like, just say no. Just say you don't do this. I had a friend that didn't want to do it just because there was no money involved. But in the event I helped out, I did my labor team with. Makes sense though. I get it. And then I had another friend after the first one we did it for free. She was like, yeah, if you have another one that has money involved, let me know. But the thing is, like, I was just so grateful that she actually like came for the first one. So at least I know now that she will actually, I mean not now because she moved or whatever, but at least I would have known if she was still here, right, then of course. And I had like a paying job that required more than because like we had one that was paid, but it was only me and Dom got paid because it only needed 2. But if it was like more people and would have been paid, she would have been here. Of course, I would have told her. That's what I'm about. Like I'm out. That's how I like to do things, But yeah, so so about the whole 33, because Jesus was going through a lot. He had to do a lot. Like a lot of his he was like big on like. I mean, there was like a time in the book in the Quran where it was like he was going through like kind of like he was like kind of like going more towards the kind of like more so the kind of like how they say in Ayurveda, once you like break, because they say like the primordial cause of disease is forgetting your spiritual self, like your divine nature. So once you do that, then you can start going into senses, and once you go into the senses, then you start having desires for pleasure. You feel me? That's when all those things were pleasure, and the sins and stuff, like wanting to do these things, having to do these things, whatever, caring about just wanting to have money, wanting to have food, not like designing these things. You feel me? Not just like needing them. Needing is different, of course, but desiring them, desiring the money, desiring the food, desiring the sex. You feel me? Like that's a huge difference. You feel me? Like that comes from us getting out and falling from our true spiritual divine nature. So like the senses things are thing, whatever. So like we're talking about that thing, like, and like that mind, like having that different, like So the things like Jesus was going through, where he was like starting to like get out of that and start going to more of the kind of like the cardinal sin type of situations and shit in life, and he was just like, I need to get back into my spiritual nature. You feel me? So he went to the forest by himself. And he did not talk up to God. He did not talk out to him or Allah. He just went internal into himself, meditated on it, thought about it, and then mentally, spiritually went through a journey where he learned what was going on and learned how to get out of it and learned how to fix it, and of course God came out better. You feel me? And that's how it has to work. That's why meditation is a huge thing. Meditation isn't about going up, reaching out for upper things and reaching out for outside things to come out and do shit for you. It's just like all internal shit. That's what it's about. It's internal. Like Buddhism is about at oneness, not atonement. It's two different things. At oneness means everything is you, yin and yang. They make one. Good and bad, they make one. They make who you are. That's what it's about. And so the thing is, like, talking about, like, so back about Nipsey's being 33. So the thing is, think about it, like, so he did so much in his life. And so the thing is, like, Jesus, so people think Jesus' last name was Christ, but it wasn't. Jesus actually, because the journey he went through spiritually, he got to what's called Christ consciousness. And Joey Badass actually has a song about that. I love the dude, man. He's a really dope rapper. But Joey Badass has a song called Christ consciousness. So that's like a mental thing, right? Mental, spiritual level that you get to. Jesus did that. That's when he became the Christ. And a lot of times these images that you see with people like Siddhartha, Buddha, or like any fucking like any of the messiahs, you see them with the thing over their head. That's Christ consciousness level. That's what that's about. It's not about fucking like halos and shit. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a sun that was there. Like, no, that's actually like that consciousness that they had. So that's how they got to that level to become messiahs. You feel me? They become the messengers. And so the thing is, like, how I see this is like, I'm not big on like following people like that, following others. Everybody has their own spiritual journeys to go on. Like, I feel like we all have our own routes to take in life. And the thing is, like, going through the journeys in life, experiencing things through life, you know what I'm saying, like, you can grow from it and learn from it, right? And that's how it works. And then from that, you know what I'm saying, like, you can have that point to where you can get to that level if you actually want to, you feel me? Like, and we're at a point where in life where a lot of people are really like into that type of stuff. So it's really great. Holistic medicine, spirituality, like a lot of people are going against the fucking grain with the religious stuff, which is great. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, religion was just like a fucking moneymaker, and then it was like a way to keep people fucking like what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like, oh man, what's the word I'm looking for? But they want to keep people quiet. You feel me? That was the point. Quiet is, and so I forgot what the word, but submissive. They want to make people submissive and make them think that they couldn't do shit, or make them think they had to rely on them, you know, for stuff. That's what it is. Like, I'm always like worried because like my grandma is like bedridden, but there's always times when she's always fucking like talking to God about shit that's going on that she's like, you know, regretting and stuff. And I'm just like, but I mean, it's really about like family and stuff, whatever. But the thing is, a lot of times I'm just sitting there like, bro, like that shit has nothing to do with that, like, at all. It's pretty much how you should do is she should think about the things that she did in her life to her children and the reason why they don't see her. Like, I'm not saying she did it to all of them, but there's a good number of them that she did that don't think that aren't just because they're her children they have to see her. You feel me? The thing is, like, your relationship you have with your family is very important, especially when it comes to these type of situations, like, you know, these things. You feel me? Because like how my great aunt treated my brother Dom, like, he didn't fucking care. There was a time when he actually did though. He actually was like, but then it got to a point where it kind of was like, it ended up fucking like, it was like a lot of bad shit, like a lot of dumb shit, bad shit that happened, whatever. But the thing is, like, his resentment toward her made it to where he didn't care when she was like bedridden, going through this shit like that. And the thing is, like, because I had a better life, you know, whatever, and I was able to talk to her about a lot of stuff, you know, before she passed, and it helped me get through a lot of shit before it happened, before she passed away. Dom never did that, so I don't really know what's going on and everything. But I mean, I was trying to tell him before that to do it, to talk to her about it. Like, I know he has a lot of shit to get off his chest, and he never does it. That's the issue with him. See, I was like, once I got to the point where I remembered all that shit, I was able to like bring up stuff and talk about things that my mom did to me. So we had a lot. And I told her about, the stuff she did to him too, but it doesn't help if he's not the one telling her. Like, I can't help him with that. I can only help her understand what it is that she did to him and me. So the thing is, that's all I could do. It was just like, okay, well, I know what she did to me, and I can express how I feel. And all I can say is just like how you did him. I can tell you that shit too, cause like, and that's pretty much it though. And like, so I can't do anything else about it. I can't affect his life. All I can do is affect my own. Like, you feel me? Like, he has his own life to live and stuff, whatever. So, I mean, I do feel like he regrets not saying, expressing himself before she passed. He can't really do much about it. I mean, for all we know, he might have a, epiphany like I did with my father. You feel me? About, and just maybe get a chance to talk to her, get stuff off his chest. Because I got my dad's chip off my shoulder, just off an epiphany, meditation, conversation, spiritual conversation, which was great. I'm glad I did it. So hopefully he gets a chance to do that, so he can do a lot, so he can get the chip off his shoulder and just grow. But yeah, so, but I believe that Nipsey Hussle was pretty much like a messiah in a way. He did a lot of great stuff, positive things too. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of love, passion. It's like selfless service. That's what it's about. Karmas. It's about having good karma, and good karma being bad. You know what I'm saying? It's about having your consciousness win over your ego every day. Every day. You want your consciousness to get that nectar so that you can be in bliss. That's what it's about. That's the key. That's the key in life. Having the angel defeat the demon every fucking day. You feel me? That's what it's all about, But he did that, he did that, grew well, whatever it is, like, he made a lot of influence and then left. That's pretty much the point. He couldn't be here forever, left so much to us. That's why my dream is to leave a mark in life that people can remember. Like how my talk show, even if it doesn't like get money and shit like that, whatever, I at least have something that's like tangible that I can just be like show to my fucking like family, like later on in life. You feel me? Like, like show my, like, even if it doesn't continue when I have children and stuff, I can just be like, hey, your dad had a show, a talk show. You know what I'm saying? Check out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great stuff. Like, so just like having that, doing it. You feel me? And then going, just having those type of things out there to do. Like, this is like just like a small step. I have other plans I want. You feel me? But this is a great step to start waiting. But it's like that. He had, he left his mark in life, whatever, in the world, whatever, and people saw it and still see it, still see what he did, still see what he does, things he's been doing that's still going on now, which is great. So much positivity, so much. It's so great that like the things he left. You feel me? So, and Nipsey also, Ermias Asgadam. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everything that you did for us. You feel me? Like, I'm one of the people that's gonna be continuing on holding the torch, you know what I'm saying, for the shit you left. Let the marathon continue. Namaste.
Thank you for watching the episode. Before you go, please subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notifications. Because I know you don't want me to continuously send you DMs and text messages every week. Instead, you just get notifications every time I upload an episode, Sundays, and then when I upload my midweekly rants on Wednesdays. Thank you, and have a good day.